Hello, nice to see you guys. I am totally prepared for the night, so let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Clockwork Nexus, where I am always prepared, no matter what curveballs get thrown my way. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. But we are here tonight. We are short a Selkie and a Talon because they are feeling a little bit under the weather. So we love them and support them. But we're going to go ahead with our session tonight, albeit taking a little bit of a detour to make it a little more RP heavy, so that we don't move too far in the story without them, because that'd be a joke. But that's okay. Now, I am a totally prepared DM that totally keeps really detailed notes on every single session that I run. Immaculate notes where I know every single thing that has ever happened. But despite that being the case, I am contractually obligated, as Bill has witnessed the signing of this contract, I am contractually obligated to let Danielle do the recap for the last session in every game that she is in with me. So, Danielle, take it away. What happened last time?
Stuff.
Don't be mean to me.
We were exploring the archive that we are in now. That's kind of become, I think it's like almost like a new base for us. It's a cool base. Lots of different places. But anyways, basically most of us were reading over breakfast. And then Jack waited until everyone left before he pulled out a book on this, basically this kind of one goddess and cult and thing that like is kind of taboo, but he's doing research into it because it's something his mother was kind of went for, and he's trying to find out more about that. But he doesn't want the rest of us to know. But he did tell V, yes. Well, he at least told V that. No, I think he told V. Meanwhile, Thavir and I were doing a whole bunch of research on just like the stones and magical various things that could help us with the entire mission. Gina, my character, I eventually found indication of where one of these stones is, an estate in a town a couple days away from the archives, where basically these brothers had been out expeditioning, found one of the stones, and then one of the brothers basically went mad one night and killed everyone. And since then, the whole estate has basically become cloaked in like this eternal winter night, and nobody goes there anymore. People occasionally disappear there, but no one has gone there in years. So we decided to head there. But as we arrived, Sorsha kind of had this weird mood swing, where she basically it was very she became very aggressive all of a sudden, and Thavir was like, it's fine, this happens sometimes, as long as her flames don't go green, it's fine. If her flames go green, then we worry. And the rest of us are like, okay, we're gonna worry anyway. So it kind of ended with like basically all of us sitting here like, do we trust that she is the leader of our party? As we arrived at this town just outside the estate, we all have like winter gear and whatnot. We're like ready to rock. And yeah, we basically ended right as we got to this town, as we were doing like a spooky scene setting.
That sounds more or less right. But the way we are going to narratively explain the absence of our town and our selfie is we are going to say that because Sorsha was in a little bit of this mood swing, that instead of going into the town, because it's kind of coming up on evening anyway, so you guys know that you guys are going to have to find accommodations. More or less, he just opted to camp with her outside of the town for the evening, saying this is probably for the better. So that is where we are gonna leave that.
So are we all camped outside town, or
No,
did
you
like
guys, they're looking for a little bit of space.
Okay.
So they're telling you guys to go into town.
Well,
So
I suppose let us go there.
do I still have the description of the town anywhere handy? I don't know. I might. Sometimes I write way too much shit. So yeah, basically you guys come up on the city just outside of these kind of ruined fortifications on the outside of the city. You can tell at one point these walls were proud and you know that this was, you know, just shy of a fortress type fortifications, but now they stand in just disrepair. There are large cracks crumbling that people just have not bothered to repair. You see on the path into the city, where there are a couple of very large gates that are currently like off their hinges. We're talking about like Helm's Deep sized gates that are just, one of them is partially open. The other one, yeah, it's just laying completely on its side and it hasn't been attached in you don't even know how long.
And this is the town or the estate?
No, this is just the town.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys go in. It's very much so a situation where it's everybody's kind of standoffish a little bit. Everybody just kind of stays to their own. Nobody really sorry. Nobody really bothers you, that nobody really acknowledges you, even though that's kind of the problem. But the streets that were once, you can tell that they were once paved and very nice. They are now just, kind of intermittent mud with deep ruts. So not even carriages kind of have an easy way, but you can see where people have tried. And everything is just kind of run down and shitty. That's what you guys are walking into. So what are you guys?
Draz is just on the lookout for shady people coming up on us.
I feel like the horses are probably a little uneasy, so Keena's probably just trying to keep the horses calm.
B, what are you doing?
Hey.
Hannah, you still with us?
Sorry, you guys are going in and out. I can't hear you guys very well.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird. What is V doing as you guys are coming into town?
She's probably watching the shadows.
Okay.
Keeping her eyes peeled for anybody that's suspicious, but she's probably near the back.
Make a perception check for me.
24.
24? All right,
Yeah.
so what you notice is that while nobody is particularly like watching you or anything, you do notice that there are plenty of people like are closing their shutters as you walk by and stuff like that. Like it's just all very, very standoffish, very unsettled.
Okay.
So far, we'll go. It is very sad. It seems the gods, they have not been kind to this city. Yes, no? But come, let us find the inn.
Definitely yes, no. And yes to the inn.
No, yes to the end.
Yes,
Why do you
yes
say it
to the
like
inn?
that? You are being very strange and very weird today. You are ridiculous. I cannot handle it, yes, no? Come now. Come now. Come.
Yes, no?
I'm gonna go
It's
look for
like
the
the-
inn.
It's like our version of 6-7. Every time he says yes, no, I'm gonna say no, yes.
Oh God!
6-7.
Like
8,
our
9.
version of 6-7. She said.
Very good, very good. Yes, yes. Yes, no?
No, yes.
I dislike all of you. Not really. Just one of you. All right, so you are going up to the town. Oh wow, I put everybody else on there but you. Give me just a second.
I suppose I should
There we
open
go.
roll 20, huh?
So, there we go. Bam. All right. That I will move you guys.
I'm still showing us
here.
in the archive.
Da, 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 da. All right, so you guys come walking up. You can come walking up to this. Just you can tell that there used to be this grand kind of city square kind of here in the middle that is now just it is mud and there are some dead trees in it. It's raining pretty much constantly. It's kind of flooded out. And to the left of it, you see this tavern that the lights are the lanterns are lit, and you can hear that there's at least people moving inside, but doesn't look very lively. The letters are kind of like not all of them are there. Some of them are kind of like hanging upside down by like one nail type thing, but you can tell by the faded paint that this tavern is known as the Cracked Tankard.
As the what?
Cracked Tankard.
The cracked tankard?
Yep.
Okay.
And you kind of like walk in and you get some people like kind of like looking over their shoulder at you, but nobody, not even the barkeep really like, she gives you more of just kind of a passing nod, but that's about all the acknowledgement that you get.
I immediately go find a chair. And just hello to the barkeep.
All right, so Kina goes walking in completely by herself.
No, I'm following her. I'm taking the chair, facing the back so I can watch everybody.
All right.
I'll also go in and sit with them.
All right, V, are you going in with the rest of the party?
Did we tie the horses up?
Nobody said
I
anything.
assume so.
So
Oh,
I guess I would have had all the horses because they all just probably would have walked off, and I had all the. So I just tied them, I guess, and then said goodbye to my horse, and I guess I would follow.
All right.
Sorry, I
And,
thought we were assuming that we tie the horses. I would take care of my horse before going.
Yeah, as you guys go to
Right.
tie up your horses, like somebody definitely would tell you, there's a stable out back, and you can talk to. They would tell you that you could talk to. They just tell you to talk to Isha.
Where should I find this Isha?
She's the one that runs the tavern.
Many thanks.
She just kind of like
So in
looks
the-
at you like, why do you not know that?
I think we're to
In that
assume that
case, when I
she's the
come
barkeep.
I'm instead gonna go up to Isha.
And then when you walk in, you do see her, and she definitely kind of just is there looking at you guys like definitely kind of a what do you want type. Yeah, what do you want? What can I do for you? Why are you bothering me?
Oh.
Why are you bothering me? What do you need?
Oh, sorry, madam. We are new in town. We were hoping for some lodgings for the evening and for some barn space for our horses.
Yeah, horses I got. They're, stables out back. I can put your horses up, no problem.
Thank you.
But
We've
if you're
already
looking for a place for you to get put up for the night, I don't do that.
Okay. Where should we go for that?
That'd be across the square.
Many thanks. And I will go to the table and tell the others this. So we have been permitted to lodge our horses in the barn, so that is taken care of. However, Isha does not provide lodgings for travelers here, so we will need to go across the square for that. But perhaps we might dine here before we go.
Do we trust the food? This place seems kind of
As
dour.
you say that, with her perception check, as you say that, she will look and just say, "Kind of what?"
It looks dour, and everyone is hostile.
Yeah, well, when you deal with what we do, you just kind of getting along, if you know what I mean. You want food? I got food.
What's going on? Is there anything we can do to help?
Nobody can have Eblivale. It's cursed.
And what is this course?
Are you blind or something?
We're new to the area. We're simply
Oh,
gathering.
so you missed the giant frozen hill with the giant snowstorm whipping around it when you guys walked up. You missed that, did you?
Not in the slightest, but it's always most helpful to obtain the perspective of the people most impacted by it.
For all
But
we
no
know,
need
that's
to
perfectly
tell us.
normal.
Where in all of the God's green earth, besides here, do you know where it's snowing in the middle of July?
To be fair, I haven't been everywhere yet, so I don't know.
There are some very high places in the mountains, but I digress.
Are we up in the mountain, dear?
No, I was just making a point.
Look, if we were to come into your town and say that everything that looks possibly out of the ordinary to us is some sort of dangerous, terrible thing, you would consider us rude. Correct?
Yes, and you haven't done that yet. I consider you rude anyway. Are you ordering food or not?
Can I see a menu?
Menu.
What sort of food do you have?
We've got mutton, we've got pork, we've got beef, we've got stew, we've got ale and grog galore.
She hands enough coin to just give her 4 plates of mutton. That's what she tells the lady. And just,
I would also
Hand
like
the mutton.
1 ale and 1 grog.
oh my god.
All right, so for the 4 plates of mutton, and if everybody is ordering booze, it will be a grand total of 12 silver.
All right. Fine, it's theirs.
God,
All right.
your prices are cursed, woman.
Shush.
Huh. And she was gonna
you
turn
have to-
off
As
that.
she walks away, you hear V go to the lady. She's like, "Oh, well, he grew up in a barn. I apologize."
I told you to stop telling people that.
That's the only way I can get your attitude to make sense.
She's being rude.
So are you.
I'm only returning what is given.
Do we get our drinks yet?
Yeah, she comes
All right.
over and gives you your drinks, and not long after that, she brings you 4 plates of just perfectly cooked mutton, like on the bone. Looks great, absolutely fantastic. Draz, I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
No.
Did she spit in his food?
She probably poisoned me. A 17.
So with the 17, you realize first your mouth is like on fire, like Carolina Reaper style, like, and it creeps on you. Like, while everybody else is like, this is really good. You agree with them, and then about 5 minutes later, even through his fur, you notice he is sweating. And then you start hiccuping.
God, the
So
food
that
is
burning
cursed,
just
too.
constantly coming back, like right there. And then she just kind of looks at you like, you got anything else to say about my prices?
Yes, your food is cursed too.
Yes.
And then I take another bite while maintaining eye contact.
With that, V gets up from the table and with her drink and walks and sits at another table. She just like
I'm not.
she just stares at any door, window, just not at anybody, but just the wall, something.
All right, sure. Yeah, just give me a perception check, quick, as you're just kind of checking out the room.
Hina is regretting her life choices.
21.
All right, so with the 21, as you kind of take note of all the people, which you've been trained to do, you notice everybody around here has like heavy bags under their eyes. Like, this is not just like a bad night's sleep. This is like consistent insomnia for gods know how long. And you see like everybody is just kind of looking at their plate, looking at their drink, just kind of poking it around, just like they are trying to find some meaning, some reason for existing, basically.
Alrighty. Wait, what did you say about sisters though?
Say what?
Did you say something about sisters?
No.
Oh. See, the microphone kind of went in and out at the last moment, so that's why I was like,
I said they're just looking for, like, you see the look of people that are struggling for a reason for existing. Like, they are just so exhausted and so meh.
I'm going to quietly say to Kina, you should see if you can find out what's wrong to see if there's anything we can do. I would try, but I don't think she likes me very much for some reason.
I agree on all counts. And Kina is going to take her plate and stand and make her way over to the bar. And she's just gonna settle down and she'll say to the barkeep, I will say this is marvelously cooked. I've not had mutton this good in quite some time.
Well, your dad taught me how to cook it right, so I'm glad you enjoy it.
Indeed. You have quite an eye for cooking.
Well, when you run a tavern, it kind of goes with the business.
I suppose so. I've stayed at a few taverns, though, and you can be good and then you can be quite good at something, and I know the latter when I see it.
So what brings you to our little neck of the woods? There's not many that come through here willingly.
Yeah. We had read some about the curse afflicting the area, and we were hoping we might be able to do something to help. And it is plain to the eye to see as you stated, the giant storm on the hill, but I was hoping to gain the perspective of those who deal with it every day. It can be most helpful.
So as you say that, and she lets you finish up, she kind of like reaches out and like kind of like takes your hands in hers, and she's like, "Look, you seem like a sweet lass, pretty girl. And while I appreciate the sentiment of you coming in to try to fix our town, do yourself a favor and leave as quickly as you can. Run far and run fast. Put our little town to your rear and do not look back at it. There are none who has went into the wood to try to solve this problem that have made it back."
What has happened to them?
She just kind of looks at you and says, "Well, we've had naught but pieces to pick up. Torn to shreds, skin white as ghosts. None of them seem to be consumed or anything as if it's a wild beast, because at least that we could deal with. Toyed with, played with.
That is indeed disturbing. I imagine it must be quite unpleasant for yourself and others of this town to contend with.
If that were all we had to deal with, it would be troubling. But you can keep people out of woods.
So what else has happened?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I can tell you that it's been quite a few years since I've gotten a full night's sleep.
You do look a bit tired.
Tired is putting it kindly, though.
And you feel it is linked to the curse.
What?
And you feel this is linked to the curse?
I don't even know. But I know it's gotten worse over the past few years.
Okay. Is it an inability to sleep or nightmares, or if you don't mind my asking?
Combination of nightmares and the constant fear of being taken into the madness that seems to be taking all the people that, just our townsfolk that wander into the woods knowing what's going on.
Why would they just wander in if they are aware? I mean, I know people can be brash at times and seek to prove themselves, but surely after so many years of this.
Well, it's a sign when they start being called to the woods.
Called to the woods.
Oh, it's happened to every one of the townsfolk. All of a sudden, they hear people that have been dead for years.
As in calling Them specifically.
Who's to know? Haven't been able to ask them. They're dead.
Fair point. If you don't mind my asking, the nightmares, is there anything that stands out about them? Any recurring vision in them?
And you hear this guy as you say that. And he just starts saying, bears, 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 they come for you. They come for you. They're big bears with big claws and short teeth and horns on the bears. Horns on the bears. They come and they rip you to pieces. They call to you and they take you.
And I'm gonna stamp up and just walk over to him and just like gently take his hands and just.
Oh, the second you touch him, he like is recoiling and just they're coming for me. They're coming to get me. They're coming to take me next. And I'm no. I'm not gonna let them. I'm not gonna let them. Mm-mm.
All right. Might I ask your name, sir?
And you hear he just sits there and say, "That's Sabril. Just don't mind him. He's a little out there." And like looking at him, you do see he is a very gaunt, elderly man. Kind of the wispy white hair, the sunken cheeks, and just these kind of pale blue eyes that kind of have, like it seems like it almost seems like the life has been drained out of them. He is just kind of like chewing on his pipe. You see him kind of trying to take puffs of it, even though there's nothing actively in it that you can see.
And what was his name again?
Sibril, Sibril.
I'm gonna sit next to him. Give him plenty of space. And Sibril, my name is Kina. Might I ask you some questions?
And he just kind of like he's sitting down, like he's kind of talking to himself, but he's not like running away or anything.
I would like to point out that as soon as she sat down next to him, Draz is like boring holes into this guy with his eyes, making sure he's not going to do anything.
Yeah, he's not looking at you at all. He's just
I don't think
kind of
he's
like
even
rocking
looking.
back and forth.
No, I'm just saying that Draz is ready to jump up and deal with him if he makes a move.
Because I would have taken some like parchment and like quo and ink and charcoal and I would have taken all that kind of stuff from the archives so I could take notes. Can I set a piece of parchment and charcoal in front of Sybil and say, "Would you mind drawing what you mean?"
And he just kind of like looks at it kind of like real hesitantly and just kind of back to you and just kind of he'll take it and like he starts by just drawing like the whole page like black. And then he starts like rubbing some of the charcoal off, and what he gets left with, or what you get left with, is there you are. You can share it with everybody else. So there you go.
Right, I am sharing that in the group chat.
So like yeah, as he does, he just points to it and he says, the bears, they come for people, they come for people, they are coming, and you can't keep them out, can't keep them out. I can keep them out though. I know how to keep them out
How do you keep them out?
by not letting them in.
Well, continue to do that, and we will take care of this creature in the woods. Thank you for this.
Don't let them take you. Don't. You're kind. Don't let them take you.
And I'm gonna just kind of like, it's all right. They cannot take me. And they will not take you. Why don't you eat your supper now? You'll feel much better. You need
And
your
he just
strength to
kind of
keep them out after all.
he just kind of sits there like picking at his food a little bit, and like you see, he's like moving it around, but he doesn't seem to actually be eating it.
You will need your strength to keep them out.
And he cracks the slightest of smiles to you, and then he actually takes a chunk of the mutton off and like slowly puts it in to his mouth. And Draz, you will just hear this guy in the corner just kind of do, and I was like, huh. And like looking, you notice this guy is like, he gives you a run for your money size wise, which for a human is pretty impressive.
And he's just noticing the dude eating.
Mm-hmm. And the guy just sits there. Old Sibril ain't nothing, and can't even remember how long. Good on the girl there for getting her to do it, or getting him to do it, rather.
Well, Kina has a way with people. That's why she's the spokesperson. So what do you have to say about this curse?
And as you say something about the curse, you just see him kind of like spit on the floor, like right in front of you, and it is thick and like brown and nasty, and like you can tell he's chewing something. And you hear he said, "Don't do that shit on my floor! I'll mop it up with your fucking face."
I'm just gonna look at the guy and say, she really does just yell at everybody, doesn't she?
I don't blame her for this one. I'm gonna like turn around and fix it you with a look like you're gonna clean that up.
And he just sits
Just
there
like
and like,
kind of
well,
the mom look of you're gonna clean that
you
up.
would you'd be yelling at everybody too if your husband up and just died the way hers did.
What's the story?
Well, same as the rest.
He get called into the forest?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of anybody who's been able to resist the call?
And he just kind of like looks over at Sibril over there. Mad as he might sound, he's the only one that done it. And he spits again, but this time you do hear a spittoon. Old Sibril over there, his wife Hesha died about 7 years back. That's when he started going kind of funny. Ish over there. Bless her heart, she still keeps this place running, and pretty impressive for a woman that lost her husband, and her son went up and joined the army, and he died off in some pointless fight with the North.
The fighting does generally seem to be pointless, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sure does. But anyway, she's picked up the reins of this here place and kept it going since. And I think that affords her to be a little crabby.
Fair enough. Guess I'm just a little road weary. So is there anybody else in town that knows anything about this curse that we can talk to if we're to handle it?
Well, supposedly, 3 of the Devo kin live up, northeast side of town, just between the walls and the mine. But good luck getting them to talk to you. Since they moved back into town, I ain't heard hide nor hair of them. They keep to themselves pretty much, get their food delivered. But, they keep the right people paid and stay to themselves. So,
This is what we have Kina for.
well, good luck with that one.
Can you give us directions?
I
So we can
just
try our
did.
hand? Yeah, I mean, you told me a general area.
Northeast of town between the wall and the mine. It's not that hard.
Fine. Just hoping for more detail.
What do you think? They're just going to draw you a map?
Ideally, yes. She got him to do a whole charcoal drawing of some forest demon.
Yes, but she is, how do you say, charming, and you are more of the, how do you say, arsehole. Yes, no?
I like to think that I'm charming in my own way. Right, V?
I'm sure you do.
V's laughing. I mean, I don't know if she could hear all of it, but because she's sitting at another table, mind you.
I don't think anybody is trying to keep their conversation hidden.
Oh, no, we're not.
She's definitely chuckling because she's like, yep, charming. Just another way of saying easier to look at.
You will see Kina still sitting with Sibril, is just hand on her mouth, trying not to laugh at this.
V's just kind of chuckling. She's not gonna really. She'll just be like, "Yeah, okay, if you say so."
I told you.
I stand corrected.
Apology accepted.
I'm just gonna sit with Sibril until he finishes eating and just kind of chat with him about kind of various things, like just some random things to like kind of get him to relax a little. And then I might circle back around to how exactly he keeps out the demon, or sorry, the bear. It's like a demon bear. But mostly just kind of trying to get him to eat, like subtly, just like, what do you think of the taste? I can't quite identify the spices in it. What do you think it is?
Good.
Indeed, very much so. And then once I see he's like eating in earnest, I'm gonna go back over to Aisha. Um, and sit back down and I heard what was said about your family. I know it does no good, but I am quite sorry.
I appreciate you. Switch to accents on that. I appreciate you, darling. But death does as death does it not?
Indeed. Death is. She seems uncaring at times, but I don't know. It is an old struggle, trying to keep someone from her for only for her to take anyway.
Well, our fates are all written. It just seems like you're from here, you're cursed to be cut short.
I do not believe the Lunari would will out upon a whole town. No, I do not accept this. They may guide the weaving, but we walk the thread. And it is for us to take the string and alter the pattern.
Well, as much as I appreciate you, and like she started saying something, but it is cut off by the sound of kind of a low, deep horn outside. And like everybody kind of looks to the window, and like everybody else just starts basically getting up and heading out, just one at a time. And she's like, well, if you're going to find accommodations in the city, I suggest you do it quick.
What is that horn?
It's time to get in and shut in for the night.
It is the beast, is it not?
Who can say? All I know is we don't get caught outside with it.
Thank
She
you for
just
your
kind
wisdom.
of like taps your shoulder and just tell them you're on me, because I would hate to be burying your remains out in our graveyard next. So just head over to the Hearthstone and just tell Ebdrak that you're on me.
I couldn't do that to you.
I insist. He owes me
Thank you, my
anyway.
lady. Thank you kindly, my lady. And with that, I will get the others, and I think it may be time that we seek lodgings. The horn seems to be the sort of take shelter alarm.
Great.
So you go kind of across the square, and you do see that Sibril is heading towards the Hearthstone Inn as well. You see a building that is equally run down, though there has been at least some attempt to keep stuff up. You see that the stonework, at least, is almost perfect on this one building. And just kind of based off of the sign, you do. Make a perception check real quick. We'll go that way.
$17.
22.
What did you get, Jason?
17.
So with a 17 and a 22, you guys both notice the fine marks of dwarven craftsmanship. And you kind of walk in and you see kind of this nice-ish sitting area. The furniture is always all kind of drab and all that kind of stuff, but you do see Sibril goes into a room on the first floor. And you hear an obnoxious amount of locks being drawn. You know, just every type of lock. V would be recognizing it. At least 12 different types of locks that are being locked. Like, homie's paranoid. But you do see a dwarven couple that is just sitting there, just kind of behind the counter, and they're kind of holding each other's hands, just kind of like looking at the door, looking kind of nervous. And when you walk in, you see the look, and they're like, the male dwarf looks at you and just says, "Right, how can I help you? Are you
We were
seeking
told-
accommodations for the evening?"
We are, yes. Aisha stated that she is covering us, that you
Oh,
owed her
you're
some lodgings.
from out of town. All right, got it. Yeah, yes, absolutely. How many rooms would you like? We do got a room that will fit all four of you, albeit it'll be a little snug, or we could do got enough rooms for each of you to have your own if you wish.
We'll take the one, please.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, Kina's just... She's a little unnerved by this town. She's thinking it's probably a good idea if we all stay together.
All right, and he just kind of gives you a key and just says, it would be best to just kind of get in. Shutters should already be locked. We went through and locked all the shutters, but lock the door and just kind of stay in for the evening. Sleep as best you can, if you can, and yeah. Breakfast in the morning. And he just kind of hands you the key and just kind of you see him go to the door and he locks about 4 different locks too.
This is disconcerting. Let's get to the room.
Yes.
So you get to the room and it is a pretty Spartan room. Pretty bare. There is a stove in the middle of the room that's heating the room, which is good because you can feel it is getting pretty chilly already. And for the beds, there are basically 4 basically a little bit bigger than twin size beds, and they are each bunk beds. So 2 bunk beds, basically.
I call top bunk.
Keena's just gonna be sitting, like, staring at the door, like, I very much want to get a look outside. I'm not going to lie. Perhaps if I took the form of, like, I don't know, like a squirrel or something, and just sat on the roof and observed. I could
This
see
is
what
a
comes.
terrible idea.
I think it could be very knowledgeable.
I think you could get taken over by a forest spirit and killed.
Would be on the roof.
I don't think that matters.
We are here to stop this, are we not? We cannot cower inside.
I want to use divine sense. I can detect good and evil. Blah, 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 blah. You can sense anything affected by the hallow spell or the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
Okay.
Do I sense anything?
In your immediate vicinity, no. How long does that last?
You know, it doesn't say. I'm guessing a turn.
Okay.
Well, I don't sense anything
Um,
in our immediate vicinity, but that's not. Doesn't mean that nothing's going to come.
I can wild shape and make myself innocuous.
I mean, I can't stop you, but I think it's a terrible idea.
V, Fire, what do you think?
Aren't we inside of a room?
Yes, but I'm suggesting that I go outside, wild shaped as like a squirrel or something, and go somewhere up high so I can observe what comes into the town.
Then why are we asking about a fire?
Friar Night Grace, he's in here with us.
Oh, I thought you meant like an actual like fire, like putting marshmallows over kind of deal, like that prior.
We do have a stove.
Mm.
God damn. I give up. Yeah, sure, whatever. Sorry, my head's hurting really bad.
So I'll take it the room doesn't have a window or anything that make this easier, huh?
It does.
It does have windows, but they are currently the shutters are closed and locked.
I mean, if we were really curious, we could just open the window, yes, no? See what we see? That way we are all together when it happens. And you are not off alone on the roof when someone realizes you are more than just a teeny tiny little squirrel.
Yes, but a window is quite obvious to anything that comes through the town looking for weak points. A lone squirrel on a roof.
Well, yes, but if we opened the window, then if one of us got called by this weird spirit, the others could stop them and restrain them. So they didn't, march to their own death.
Are we quite certain that Sorsha and Thavia are safe where they're at?
No, we're not, but we also can't do anything for them at this point. They're going to have to handle themselves, which they've proven very capable of doing.
I suppose. I hesitate to leave the window open. If anything gets past us, it puts all this inn at risk.
Well, I mean, the doors are locked.
From ours, yes. But still.
So there, a little visual for you guys to see pretty much what your room is looking
Thank you.
like. Huh?
Thank you.
What?
I said thank you.
Oh. Yes.
Kina's eventually just gonna I need to see. And she is going to wild shape, or she's just lock the window behind me, and she's going to wild shape into like a squirrel and then just like go outside and run up the wall onto the roof. And before she goes, she is just gonna say, I will be back before the wild shape wears off.
So you're outside on your own.
Mistakes may have been made. That's all right.
But we're gonna have to figure out when we get back from a bio break real quick. So if you give us just 5 minutes,
We'll find out just how fucked I am.
we'll find out exactly how screwed she is. But until then, yeah, just give us 5 minutes and we will be right back. Cool. Maybe. I hit the thing. Go to break.
Did I stop walking near you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. So where we were at is that I believe mistakes were about to be made, or have been made.
We do it for the Vine.
What
For the Vine?
the fuck is Vine?
I don't know. It was before my time on the internet.
Well, that's like most things on the internet.
It was like during your era as a teenager. You should know what the Vine is.
Dude, you underestimate how old I am.
Vine was TikTok before TikTok.
Yeah, I was about to say, how
Who's
do the old
guy
people
older
know
than
more
me
about
know that, and I don't?
That's our question. Okay, now the real question is, now that Keena has ran off, Fryer will turn to Draz and be like, now shall we open the window? Yes, no?
I will say, Hannah did message me while we were going and said that she had to tap out because she has a little bit of a migraine going on. So, as much as it makes us sad, we understand. We're going to keep going for just a little bit longer.
That way, if Keena dies, we can blame it on Hannah.
Hey, yo!
I'm not gonna die.
You sure?
92% sure.
You're awfully optimistic.
88% sure.
There. Let's switch to the totally not creepy. Totally not creepy version instead.
Not at all.
There you go. Oh, I forgot. You went out. There we go. So, you in squirrel form, realizing that squirrels don't have dark vision. So you are.
Oh, I
only
would have picked
seeing-
something that did.
Too late. You already said you're a squirrel.
Fine. Cool squirrels? I was thinking more of something that could climb. So I can climb and jump. Unlike,
You can. And
unlike one of
you
those cute little
crawl.
squirrels that can jump ridiculously far.
You crawl up the side of this building. And looking out, the rain is hammering down. And you just get this ominous feeling of just darkness and dread. And as you're watching, completely out of the blue, you start to hear things. Because I get to use my soundboard because I'm awesome. Maybe. If it's cooperating. It might not be. I don't know if I can use both of these at the same time. I thought I could. Let's try it again. Are you guys hearing that or not?
Yeah.
No.
For real? One of you is saying yes and one of you is saying no.
Yeah, I heard it.
What are we meant to be hearing? Oh, rain.
Creepy whispering.
Yeah.
So peaceful here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're just hearing these noises that sound an awful lot like people. What are
Hate
you
that.
doing?
I'm staying where I am and watching.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Can we hear any of this in the room?
Nope.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So as the thunder crashes, or the lightning flashes, before the thunder hits, as you're looking out, you catch out of the corner of your little squirrel eye, silhouetted in the tree, one of those things that Sibril sketched out.
And it's just
It is standing stark still. Like, you have to do like a triple take to see if you even saw what you saw, but as you look at it, you see this hulking furred outline. And the skeletal face and just these kind of eerie horns that look like they have like flesh dripping off of them almost.
Having waited a fair amount of time after she left, can I run another divine sense?
Sure.
Do you want me to tell you what it does? So you can tell me if it works?
Oh, you don't got to roll for it. You just pop it off. My bad. So at first, you're just getting the feeling of kind of the same thing, and then that sense just starts tingling. You realize that something that ain't supposed to be here is close by.
Now, strong evil registers to my senses as a noxious odor.
Say what?
Strong evil registers to my senses like a noxious odor.
Okay.
Do I get that?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the friar and say there is something very evil, very close.
Can you tell if it is one thing or many things?
I can just tell there's evil.
Well, I feel I do not know about you, but should we really let evil be running amok here in the city? Yes,
I
no?
mean, I don't think we should, but I also don't know what it is other than evil.
Wow.
So, from below you, Keenan, and I would say that you guys, Friar and Draz, make a perception check for him.
Is V just like passed out in bed for all this? Like she just said, "Nah, I don't care enough," and went to sleep.
She drank too much. She's passed out.
17.
19.
All right. So, Danielle, you definitely hear it being outside, but you guys both do hear the faint sound of claws against stone and then wood.
I can see why the villagers they cannot sleep. This is how do you say disturbing?
Yes, you are. You are correct.
Kina, at this moment, as you are sitting here, probably shivering, being outrageously cold, cold as a little squirrel, you notice somebody walking through the street.
Who is it?
Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's hard to tell. You're not super familiar with these guys. But I would say with a dirty 20, you recognize it as some form that was at the tavern with you. You can confirm it is not one of your friends.
But they are headed towards the woods.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm gonna go down and stop them.
Okay.
So
Did we hear her
there's just-
skittering, or do we think she's still on top?
You know, either way, I do not think I would stay in this room and continue to be taunted by this ignoramus.
Well, I can't
So,
let you go alone.
I would indeed want to find a way to, how do you say, get that window to open and come out.
I'm
Excellent.
going to help him.
We're making great decisions tonight, guys.
Yep.
Great decisions.
Because our voice of reason is
The
passed
zombie's
out
gonna
right
get
now.
back next time. What do you mean everyone's dead?
I was gonna say, you know what might be helpful here? A ranger who is specifically training to be a monster slayer. Just saying.
That would be really helpful right here.
That would be really helpful, yes.
Yeah.
All of you make a wisdom check with disadvantage for me, please.
Just straight wisdom.
A wisdom saving throw.
Hold on. Are either of them within 10 feet of me?
I would guess that Knight probably
Dude, I would.
would be.
All right. Then me and him both get a +2 on the saving throw because of my aura of protection.
I got a 17.
17. Okay.
So my lower of the two was 18.
Okay.
I rolled 2 15s.
All right. So, in this particular case, all of you, as you start making your way out, well, for one, Briar and Draz, make deck saves as you guys are crawling out of a second-story window.
21.
Second story, I'm using a fall from grace. For my slow fall ability.
Okay. So
I'm assuming it's less than
Right.
35.
Yep. So you land like a cat on their feet. And Draz, you look like you're about to fall and eat shit. But then all of a sudden you just bust out this perfect like superhero landing and kind of give yourself a I have no idea how I did that. I would
Very
not be able to do that again.
Does he manage to, like, as he's coming out with that high roll, manage to, like, close the window behind him so he's not completely unprotected?
Nope.
Y'all just left her asleep in there, huh?
But it doesn't matter because all of you are not able to move. As you look up, like ready to go, and just the frightful presence of this monstrous creature in front of you paralyzes you guys with fear. You have never been so sure that death awaits you as you look at this thing. As it just turns around and looks like it is following Sabril into the woods.
The Braille?
And it is not that long that goes by before you feel this presence kind of release you.
Question. I
I
have
immediately go running for the woods.
would I've been able to use this as an action I can dispel frightened effects. Would that have helped me at all in this situation? Could I try to use that?
By the time you would use it, it would be too late. But yeah, you would get out of it before the other guys would. I'll say it that way.
Okay. Then yeah, I would also head to the woods and see what I could see if there's any tracks.
All right. So you, being the one that was able to get out of it before the others, you watch Sabril walk through the graveyard, and he walks into the woods, into this freezing cold that is surrounding the keep and the area around it. And before you even have a chance to register what happened, like, you see 4 shadows just kind of descend on Sabril, and you hear an ungodly scream as you suddenly see Sabril just kind of like each limb going out straight, head thrown back, looking like it's in a scream of agony, as you see this thing that frightened you, bigger than the other shadows surrounding it, kind of stand, and like it seems to place his hand like kind of over his face, kind of. And you see this light kind of forming inside Sabril, and it just kind of starts flowing from Sabril to this being. And you see this happen. And before you know it, the light just kind of fades away into this other being. And you see Sabril just kind of crash to the floor, and you see him just get ripped to absolute shreds. Like a honey badger going to town.
Nice. So is it 4 plus the big shadow, or is it
Yeah.
4 total? So it's 5 shadows total?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to make like a knowledge nature or knowledge religion to see if I can recognize what this is? What they might...
Go for it. Roll either one. Which one do you want?
The one that'll give me the better answer.
You gotta tell me what you're going for, my guy.
I guess I'll do knowledge religion since I have that as a skill.
Go for it.
17.
17.
Yes.
All right, so with a 17, you know absolutely that what you just saw was not of this world. You know that it was something fiendish or abyssal in nature, something from the lower planes for sure. But what exactly it is, you cannot put your finger on.
Okay. That's not cool.
But you did get a clear picture of what it is, so I'll send that to you.
Awesome. I guess I would want to. I would want to advance on them to see if I can. I guess see if they run off or if they don't run off. So,
They do. Like after a minute, they do kind of fade away. Go deeper in the woods towards the castle in particular. Give me another religion check real quick.
okay. That's fair. 23.
So with a 23, as you just kind of sit there kind of reflecting on what you saw, you can say absolutely that whatever they were doing, they were messing not just with this man's like life force, but like with this man's soul.
Gotcha. Okay. So they sucked the soul out of him. I want to go up and essentially investigate the body until somebody else shows up.
Are
So
we
you
out of our
guys show
stupor
up
yet?
about. I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just asking if we were out of our stupor yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are just about. I don't know. I'll say 30 seconds behind him.
So we basically get there like right after all this happens.
Yeah.
I want to go investigate the
I
body.
don't know
for
about you
additional
guys,
clues.
but Gina is like fucking. Oh, sorry.
Because I'm assuming by the time they get there, I'm already at the body or about to get the body. So just let me know if I need to roll investigation or something.
I would like to aid his investigation.
Well, I will say you come up. So far, Friar, you are the only one that recognized that as Sabril that was walking away. Because you got there quicker than everybody else.
I mean, after what happened, can we tell it's Sabril?
Let's find out with this investigation.
I mean, I sat right next to him. Like, if his face is still intact, like I'm unwild shaped now because I moved.
Sure. You know what? All three of you give me investigation checks. Instead of the help action, we're going to have all three of you give me a roll, and we're going to go with kind of
No,
an average.
because I have a dirty 1.
That's probably best because I have an 11. Investigation is not my forte.
I rolled a 2
12.
for a total of 1.
Can I do perception instead? I only got a 12.
You got what?
A 12. But I am back in my normal form, so I
Okay,
do have dark
so
vision.
the way we're going with this is you guys were going to succeed anyway. It's just a matter of how long it takes you. And with those checks, yeah. Poor Sabril got ripped to absolute pieces. Like, he is in literal shreds, like tattered. And like, but I will say after a solid about 20 minutes, Kina, you are the one that you kind of like following a blood trail. That looks like something that was just tossed aside. You do come across. I'll say you find the head.
I mean, if it was 20 minutes, I would have already told them it was Sabril, so it wouldn't be a surprise when they find the head.
All right.
Like, as soon as they come up on me while I'm investigating, I'll be like, Possible. It seems possible. Seems he could not hold back the demons anymore.
And Kina is just gonna like come running up and see, like before she even knows who it is, just oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 and then she hears a squirrel and just no, and she's just completely distraught.
Does she have any reaction to finding his head?
Yeah, she's like this scream of just horror and just she almost drops the head, but she manages to hold on and just kind of like falls to her knees, and she's kind of just sobbing there in the dirt. I told you you'd be safe. I told him he'd be safe. I told him that we would keep him safe, but we couldn't stop. I tried to stop.
Can I roll a survival check to see if I can tell what kind of creature it is based on the wounds?
Go for it.
Biscuits. Natural 1.
You have no clue.
Meanwhile, Kina probably like wild shapes into like a wolf, and you know, like just like that super sad like wolf howl they do when someone died and like the wolves are upset.
Great.
You
Let's make the night more creepy.
You just hear that echoing across like through the
So,
forest.
whether you guys choose to stick around, you definitely hear some shit in the woods. Some friendly whispers. What are you guys doing?
Kina's fucking pissed. You just like hear this wolf growl of rage, and
We need to get out of here.
you're gonna have to play catch the wolf because Kina's about to charge after this.
Kina, you're going to die. We can't attack it on its home turf. We know nothing.
You know what happened? Remember what happened the last time you tried to tell Kina to leave the fight alone?
Kina, I
would
will
like to
say
catch-
in this moment, as your hackles start raising and you get ready, your claws are digging into the snow, ready to go after this thing. Jeremy flies right in front of you. And you see this tiny bird just kind of sit there like,
It's kind of the same situation as when Cal was taken by the dragon, where like Kina is not listening to reason. She's going.
All right. Draz is going to try and grab her and throw her over his shoulder again.
Just grab the wolf.
all right, so as a wolf, you have to make a strength check opposed by Draz's.
What is
Is
my
it a straight
wolf
strength
stat?
check or is it an athletics check?
Athletics, my bad.
I gotta find the wolf stats. Hold on.
I got an 18.
Still finding the wolf. Sorry. I'll find it at some point. Oh, dire wolf is that what I'm looking for?
Just regular wolf.
I got a dire wolf. I feel like that's better.
Can you transform
Yeah.
into the dire wolf yet?
Yeah. Challenge rating 1. I'm Circle of the Moon.
Okay.
So strength is a +3. So be 20. Fuck. That's a 7.
So you go to start running, and Trez, you straight up hoik her over your shoulder.
How do we always get into this?
Knight, we need to get back to the inn now. And I start walking away. I start running away.
Indeed, we do. I do turn to the woods, and I will be like, "You see me? Well, I see you as well, and I'll be seeing you and your brood again. You mark my words."
Meanwhile, Kina is just like feral wolf trying. Like, you know what happens when you try to pick up a dog who really does not want to be picked up?
But to
And
be
they
fair, something tells me this isn't going to be the first time Draz has scratch marks on his back. He's been in lots of fights, I'm just saying.
That's totally what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Kina's just doing like that typical dog, like trying to squirm her way out and just like snarling and clawing, just trying to get free.
So here's a question. As
How
you
we're
guys
getting back inside.
get back into town, and now you are standing in second floor window.
Are you asking a cat how they plan to climb a building?
That, and I do suppose you also have a druid that can. You know what? I'll say you get back, and Bean like lowers a rope down to you guys.
As I was gonna Misty step us up there.
You can Misty Step yourself up. You can't Misty Step me. I'm not cooperating. Tina is big mad.
I would say by this point, well, I don't know. So, you know what? I'll just say, however you guys get there, you guys get into the room. Close the door. And you guys get just surrounded by this moment of silence as the fire crackles in the stove. I'll move you guys back to this one.
I feel like you probably had to like hold me with one arm and then like grab the rope with the other while and Fryer raised us up.
Oh yeah.
And the shutters quietly close and lock.
And then a wolf slams against them.
What are you guys doing? Tell me a story.
I'm going to unwild shape and just. Why did you stop me? And then I'm gonna start like just. I'm just so angry. I'm fumbling everything. I'm trying to like fumble the window back open so I can go back outside.
I have a hand firmly on the window that she's trying to do that to, and I look at her and say, because once again, you were letting your emotions take over and you were going to rush off to your death.
I'm going to kill that thing.
No, we are going to kill that thing.
It killed Cyril.
I know. I'm mad about it too. But rushing off before we know anything is just going to get us killed.
And you should know it is not just one thing. It seems there are 5 of them. So before we go jumping off into the woods, not knowing what exactly we are attacking and how many of them, or where, perhaps we should get the rest of our people so that we are at full strength to deal with these demons.
What do you mean 5 of them? 5 of the same beast?
No, well, it was hard to say. it was hard to say. I know one is bigger than the others. However, they all essentially they did not just kill the poor man. Before they devoured his flesh, they devoured his soul. So perhaps we should, as I said, try to get more information before we go up against something like that.
I am in complete agreement.
Kita looks
kill-
completely horrified.
But to be sure, kill them we shall also do.
Like Kita, you see Kita's face just kind of go through like a whole bunch of different emotions in rapid succession, like just horror and rage and disbelief, and just finally, like she just kind of drops down onto one of the lower of the bunk beds, and so they didn't just kill his body; they killed his soul.
Indeed, at least that is what that looked like to me. Now, do not ask me what that asked for the ramifications of his soul. I do not know if it's his actual soul or his soul energy, but I know they fed on more than just his body.
And you'll see Kia just like drop her head into her hands, and she's coming down from the fury part of the night, though there's still plenty of that, and she's just reaching like the grief part of this whole thing.
So,
And like her head is in her hands, and
as you are
she's just
sitting
gonna
there
kind of-
with your head in your hands, you guys kind of all hear the rustling of paper as Sibril's drawing kind of falls out onto the floor right under Kina. And right as this happens, you guys see this white cardinal bird just kind of flittering around as it kind of goes up to Kina, and you see it legitimately like press its forehead to Kina's forehead. Kina, in this moment, as Jeremy is sitting there with his head pressed up against yours, fluttering away, you get bum rushed with all of these memories of your mom's teachings, all right up front, vivid, like they were yesterday, like they were happening as you speak. Not even like they were yet, like they're happening as you're like in this moment. And you find yourself being flooded with knowledge that you didn't know you had. As the mysteries of nature seem to unravel in your very mind. You look down at this piece of paper, and one word comes to your mind.
Wendigo.
And upon hearing her say this, because you guys have been raised with stories of the Wendigo, in your world, they are something actively to be feared. Monstrous beasts that prowl nightmares, and the important things that you guys would remember about this, they feed on flesh. They are bloodthirsty. They come out, they feed. Then typically they recess back and go back into kind kind of a hibernation state.
This didn't feed.
Huh?
This didn't feed, though. Not on flesh, anyway.
Nope. And
Yes, and
Knight,
the
you in
creature I
particular
saw.
would know. They don't do that.
Yeah. What do you mean by they don't do that?
Hmm?
What do you mean by they don't do that?
They don't eat souls.
Yeah.
They are typically categorized as undead. They are known for, like I said, eating flesh. They luring the victims into the woods by mimicking cries is something they absolutely do. But that whole devouring the soul thing, that's kind of like one of those moments of like, that's new.
The stone's influence. It must be.
Perhaps. Now, did the one that I saw, does it look like the picture? I mean, I know it's not exactly, but
Not that one, no.
okay.
It was bigger. It was more gruesome. It was more almost looked like it was made out of, because you're a religious individual, say like it was made out of darkness, not like actual darkness, but like evil energy.
Right, I got you. Indeed, it could be the stone. For the creature I saw, it did not look natural. Not in the least, you would say. Plus, he does not look like a bear much at all. I would say more like a deer.
I thought the same when he first drew it, but if they did not know the word for the beast, you can hardly blame them for making up their own.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
But you say it was not a Wendigo, or it was a different kind of Wendigo that you saw?
I am saying I do not know. I am saying it was definitely bigger than the other creatures.
Were they
And it
all
was-
Wendigos?
I will assume at this point that the other four are Wendigos. Yes.
How are Wendigos made? Like, what do we know about Wendigos? I just got flooded with all this info, so like,
That's a good question, Chief. What do we know about Wendigos? Other than
So like I said, you know that they are classified as undead. The stories that you have heard say that they actually started off as basically just a tribe of warriors like any other. And this is where it gets a little fuzzy. What drove them to it? Whether it was some kind of corrupted ritual or some kind of a get the strength of your enemies type thing, don't know. But they basically started consuming the flesh of their enemy, and then that turned from a just of the enemy of they started to develop this hunger for flesh, and it started, And so the stories that most of you guys believe is that that's what turned them from these people into these twisted beings that are known as Wendigo, which is why they can mimic human voices, and which is why they can, they have at least a rough humanoid shape.
Corruption of life. You said there were 5 of them, Friar.
Yes, 5 is what I saw, yes. 4 smaller than the 1. There was definitely a bigger one, which I assume would be their leader.
The Adivo family.
Perhaps. Or a clan of some form, yes.
2 children. A wife, a brother, and the one who cursed them all. 5 Adivos.
3 children.
3 children. But 1 was a baby.
Yes, it could be. It could be very well that. That would make sense. Except we're a short one. So perhaps one of their first victims was part of the family.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps we did not meet all of them tonight.
And Keena's just kind of sitting there with like this haunted look on her face, like you can tell. And she's just looking down at her bloodstained hands, because I imagine we all kind of have bloodstained hands from like investigating the body that used to be Sibril. And she's just kind of looking at her hands, and I told him he would be safe.
You did what you could for him. Now it's time to avenge him.
Why does it feel like I am always too little, too late to stop harm from coming to people?
The important thing is that
Once
you
I want to
try.
stop it before it strikes.
The important thing is that you try and you don't give up trying.
I tried, and yet all I have to speak of it is the blood on my hands. So what does that make me?
It's not always like this. We saved the children from the hag.
And how many have I failed before that?
Not everything is your responsibility. You can't take every failure as a personal failure.
When you make a promise to keep someone safe and harm finds them anyway, yes, that is my failure. When I promise to save someone, when I promise to have their back, and I am not there when it matters. What good are oaths if I drop them every single time?
Did you do it on
I
purpose?
shatter like glass at my feet, and
Did you do it on purpose?
yeah.
Then you did not break the oath. Someone
Then
broke
what
it.
good does that do to Sibril? to Theron, to my mother. What good does that do to anyone?
You cannot control everything. Are you a god? Do you work the loom of fate? No, you do not. Not every bad thing that happens is your failure.
And Keena's just kind of sitting there quietly, she's just not really in a headspace to kind of believe any of the comfort right now. She's just kind of stuck in this kind of negative headspace as she just stares down on her bloody hands. And she'll just finally say very softly, "You should rest. We have work to do in the morning."
You're not going to jump out the window again, are you?
No.
All right. I'm going to check the locks on the windows, and then I am going to try and sleep.
And on that somber note, we will bring this session to a close. So usually at this time of night, we do what's going around the Nexus. So we do not have Midnight City Royale this week. I don't think, right?
Nope.
It was supposed
Off
to be
week.
last week.
One of Ross's
So
were
we
this
will
week.
be back Wednesday, where Danielle will be up here where I am, and now I have given her ammunition to torture me since I just yet again gave her an NPC that she liked and then killed him immediately. But hey, I might not be here this week because our internet provider chose to tell us that they are doing mass updates and that they're doing work and that our internet might be down at any point on Wednesday. So
Nice.
Cool. Well, they gave us a window of between noon on Wednesday and 8 a.m. on Thursday.
That's useful.
So, only
So useful.
20 hours. But that's cool. So we'll see if I'm there. But everybody else will be here regardless. So tune in on Wednesday for that. And then on Friday, I believe they are doing Univross's Worm, maybe?
I
Is
think
that
it's
this
the
week?
rise of Univross now.
The Rise of Univross?
Yes, they are starting their...
Yep. Where you can tune in here and see Talon leading his group of players that include Justin and Selkie and I think Hannah and Tim and Nuken. All of them are in there. So tune in Friday for that. That'll be episode 1 of that. So that's cool. And then that's all we got this week. And then we will be back here a week from today for The Crown and the Wolf. So that's what we got going this week. But other than that, I don't think we have anything else. What do you guys think?
No?
Nope.
All right. So with that, I think I will say good night to everybody. Thank you guys for watching or watching back on record later. I appreciate all of you. And we will see you guys next time here at the Clockwork Nexus. Good night, everybody.
Bye.